This is Scotty Mac from Unwritten Law. We're got an upcoming tour for Hotter Than Hell, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. October.
Beautiful, Scotty. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Thank you.
No worries. So, Unwritten Law returned to Australia this October and November. We'll run a show starting in Perth on October the 11th before going through Victoria, South Australia, and Queensland, finishing up at Nudgee Beach Hotel on November the 3rd. Like, I know you live here, mate, so it's not much of a stress for you, but are the other boys all packed and ready to come over?
Just about. I've been telling them to start packing and limit their supplies. This is the shortest tour we've done in like I think 10 years. Usually we do a month here. This is the quickest little thing we're doing in a long time.
The boys pretty much got go bags set up at your place when they come over, so they don't have to bring much.
Pretty much. I definitely we leave a lot of things in each other's countries, that's for sure. Save on that baggage.
Oh, right. Now you're going to be doing your own side shows plus the run as part of Hotter Than Hell. So we'll start on Hotter Than Hell, mate. Like that first
Yep.
going to be huge with yourselves. There's Regurgitator, Les and Jake, Jebediah, the Bennies, and more. Like it's almost got like a Warp Tour kind of feel to it, isn't it?
It does. It does. I mean, I was looking up old tour posters from like the 90s and it's the same bands for the most part. It
No
does have a
friends
little
of
old feel to it.
Rom. No friends of Rom. That's the only thing missing.
No, we did Hotter Than Hell with them last time though. So we ticked that box.
So have you guys played with all the Aussie bands on there before? Like I know you spent a bit of time here, so.
I think so. I'm pretty sure looking back. I mean, Regurgitate is one that might have been missed, to be honest. They've had some breaks that we've not been around for. So I think everybody else, I know Jebediah going way back there, we're on all the same festivals. And I think there'll be a few familiar faces. Yeah.
Oh. Now you guys, like I say, you aren't any strangers to touring Australia. You've been here a fair bit, but for people that might not have seen you before, what can fans expect from an Unwritten Law live show?
Well, this time we are for the festivals, especially doing the Black album. That was what we're doing, part of the thing. Couple of the side shows we might. We don't know if we're gonna do it the whole time yet. It depends how people want to hear it, I guess. But it seems to be at the moment that people want to hear a bit of Black album, bit of Elva. We're kind of focusing on what people want to hear. Last time we were here for the record, so we kind of played a lot of new songs, and we'll probably do a couple this time. But we're really trying to help promote and do those era albums because they're all turning 20 and 30 years old now.
Oh, done it.
A little bit, a little bit.
Now you mentioned you're going to be playing the Black album in full, so like I know you've done it before a few times, but when you first start, like, is it a hard thing to do to learn an album front to back? Like when you made it, you wouldn't have actually thought that one day you'd have to play the whole thing.
That's true. That's true for sure. I mean, it's a funny one for me specifically because I grew up listening to that album before I joined the band. And so for me, it was like something I used to sit and do regularly was play that album straight through on guitar. But I know the guys, they've never done that in their life before. So when we started doing it, it was kind of like, whoa. And some of the songs had never been played before, even, like outside of a studio.
Yeah, and then that album, so that's 26 this year. That album, like,
I
what,
think so.
what is it still like this? Everything grows old. The longer you're away from it, but that album seems to be going strength to strength, and people keep falling in love with new parts of it all the time. Like,
I
what was
think, I mean, especially that band with that album, they were one of the first American bands like that to come down. It was Pennywise, Blink, and them. And so people's eyes were on them. And even me, that album, it's just the start of it. It turns into this listening experience, and there's so many tracks on there that are so memorable that I think the guys really enjoyed playing it through front to back. It's something they never thought they would do for sure.
and you guys claimed the Black album before Metallica even fucking thought of it.
Hey, I mean, it has different names to everybody too. We call it the Black Album. Some people call it self-titled. Some people call it whatever they want.
Now the tickets have been selling that well for Hotter Than Hell. Like I know the Brisbane shows had to be moved from the back room in Adelaide to a bigger venue at the Nudgee Beach Hotel, mate. So it just shows not only music, but that style of music. It's still alive and well, isn't it?
It is. It is. And like, some of those people that were listening back then have grown up and had kids, and now their kids are into it too. And so that's really cool. And like, it's really nice we get to play some all ages stuff too, because those kids love coming out. And I remember I was a kid that wasn't allowed into shows for a little while. There's nothing worse.
No, that's sort of died off a fair bit in recent years, hasn't it? The all ages shows. Like I think a lot of it's got to do with liquor licensing laws getting stricter and shit. There's a lot of factors, but the fact is that it's been gone for a while and it needs to come back.
It is. And like every time we announce a tour, it's the most messages we get is people going, "We can't see you guys. Can you please try and add an all ages show?" And yada yada. And it is. It's obviously it's expensive or for whatever reason, but it's the most requests we get is to open it up. And so hopefully, I think the festivals this time are. I think I have to check that, but yeah, I mean, some of them can finally come and see the band, and who knows?
I can have a beer with you and party on.
Maybe if they're of age.
Now, the beauty about festivals is there's quite often bands there that people don't know too well. So, just say someone's coming along to Hotter Than Hell that don't know much about Unwritten Law. What three songs would you tell them to listen to? Get a gauge of what to expect.
I mean, especially playing that album, the three for me, you got to come in with harmonic because it's just that song changed my life. Then straight into Teenage Suicide, so bang bang, and then jump to Lonesome, and then that's a wrap as far as I'm concerned.
Wait, done and dusted easily. Now, aside from Hotter Than Hell, you've also got your own shows in Perth and Adelaide and Queensland.
And
Um,
Sydney.
and Sydney too, and Sydney too. So, like you did sort of touch on this before, but how are they going to be different to the festival shows? Like you might not be playing the whole album.
Well, I guess like it depends what kind of flack we get because originally we thought the festivals were for the album and we'll do whatever we want the other shows, but already we're sort of getting people saying, "But you're going to do that at the other show too, right?" So we might do one or two. I think we're going to change it up a little bit. We're not going to do the same thing every night, that's for sure. I mean, there's a lot of songs to pick from with this band. It's kind of fun to change it up, but if people want to hear it, we'll play it.
So from a personal point of view, bro, and I hate asking you to pick sides, but would you prefer to play at a festival like that or at a pub headlining gig that's a bit more intimate?
There's good and bad to both. The
Yeah.
festivals are cool because there's you can kind of just rock up. There's a lot of things are done for you. You play to bigger crowds with less work going into it. Whereas the headline shows are cool because you play for longer usually. You get a bit more intimate. You can change it up a bit, like especially festivals now. It is more of a thing around the world to be playing an album or a specific thing. Club shows, they're for anybody. They're for us to play whatever too. But yeah, so pick a side. Can't.
Yeah. Very diplomatic answer, brother. Now, we spoke before about the back room and Annalie missing out on Hotter Than Hell because it's had to move to a bigger venue. But the plus side to that is I see you guys have been announced there on October the 17th for your own show. So they're not going to
Correct.
be quite busy.
Yeah, so I mean, that just happened to work out in our favor, the way we're doing the tour. And we've done the back room, I think the last two times, and we love it there. And it's a sweet little spot. And so when it came up that we could add that to our own shows, we figured why not?
Yeah, sweet. Have you got the support bands and stuff lined up for that show, for the birthday show? Or is...
I'm waiting right now. I believe Premiere, the guys bringing us out, they've been throwing us all the ideas, and we've kind of let it to them. There's so many good local bands to choose from these days. It's a lot to take on.
Both of you, brother. Brilliant. Now, Unwritten Law and toured Australia, we said before so many times, like pretty much the only country that you've toured more is the home state of the US. So, what is it about Australia? Like, you live here, so that's given, but what is it about Australia that keeps the rest of them coming back? Because it's a long fucking way for them.
I mean, I kind of like I said before, they were one of the first ones to come out in that wave. The Taylor Steele wave. Oh my God. Uh, and I actually counted the other day for another interview that this is their 21st time as a band setting foot on this soil, and I couldn't find another band from that era that has done that many, to be honest. So there's something there between Australia. It connects.
So now, before we let you go, brother, I've started a new segment up where before I spoke to you, I went and trolled through your Facebook page, and I've got a couple of photos that I want to show you.
Okay.
Story behind them.
All right.
This one here. What the hell is going on there?
I mean, these are what these shows in San Diego used to look like. They were in the hills, they were in parking lots. These guys used to carry their gear up into the mountains, and hundreds of kids would walk up the mountain and play in a parking lot, and they would just play until it got shut down. Like that's how this band started. There was Blink was doing the same thing. Playing in back alleys.
So it looks like a highway behind you there, mate. Like
Yeah,
can't be safe.
safe is not a word this band understands.
All right. The other one I've dug up is this one.
Oh my God. This is actually in Hollywood, there was a garage sale because every few years we have storage units full of backdrops and old merch and gear and everything. And once every few years, when it's overflowing, sometimes we open it up and we have a little side of the road pop-up shop. And this was one of the last ones we did, I think.
What do you got for sale there? What you got? What's that on the bin?
We have looks like I mean there's a lot of backdrops there. I see that would have been probably the Warp Tour tent from whatever year that was.
Ah,
Probably a lot of merchandise in there. Yeah,
in fact, they do
clearing out.
over there, don't they?
Oh yeah, it's about time to have another one of those. By the way, we're overflowing yet again.
I'm doing it in the car park at the back room in Annerley, mate. You get heaps of people.
Actually, there you go. That's a great idea.
Very good. All right, Scott. Well, thanks for your time today, brother. Been a pleasure speaking with you. Unwritten Law will be here through October and November. Check out their socials to see where near you, and I'll be at the back room, brother. So we'll catch you up and have a beer then.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait, man. Thank you.
Brother, you take care.
See you, man. Bye.